Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and what is that? Okay, let's move. Right, okay. My name's Stu, and this is Triple Pine Park for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, another scenario from Blazing Empire HD from his first scenario pack. This gaggle of lakes and rivers, as well gentle slopes and icy hills. This growing park needs more guests. 1800 at any time. Your objective to have at least 1800 guests in your park. You must not let the park rating drop below 700 at any time. So judging by the way that was worded and that coaster, I can only assume Blaze was very drunk when he made this. Okay, so there's no money. I'm not really a fan of these no money, mustn't let it drop below X amount at any time parks, but you know, it is what it is. So let's see what we've got then. We've got some transport rides, good selection, gentle rides, coasters, good selection of those. Everything, that's all good. That's all good. Okay. We've got two entrances. Obviously, free entry, free rides, because there's no money. So we can't decide what we want to research. That's all going to be random. We are going to be getting rid of that, definitely. Hang on. Oh, we've already got loads. Let's see. Wow. Well, what do you know? Okay, so first thing we're going to do then, 4x4 Plaza, just down here. Fill it full of shops. Basically everything that we've got there. And then we're going to rejig this area here. Maybe put down a ride or so, because what we want to do is we want to make the guests happy enough so that when we get rid of this ride, they've got something to do, something to keep them occupied and something to keep them happy. Hopefully that all makes sense. If it doesn't, just wait a few seconds and you'll see what I mean. Boom! We have got a castle-themed plaza with a carousel one side and a twist the other side. And we've got a nice space just over here to build something. And I'm thinking something we don't normally build. Cool. Yeah, so let's get cracking. June, year 2. And like I said, something we don't normally build. We've got a ghost train called Ghost Castle. Anyone played the board game? It's a classic board game. It's the one where, you know, you got to build the house thing and then you drop like the skull down the chimney and no? Okay. So yeah, we've got like the show building at the back. Covered in trees and things on a spiral side. So let's have a look. Let's hide scenery so you could see how it is. Yep, so that's all good. And then just up here, then we've got stand-up coaster called Bastion because we're going for like a castle theme. So it goes up and then it goes down. We've got a couple of big loops, and then we've got this like dive loop as the turnaround, and then it comes back, couple of barrel rolls, and then back to the station. Good stats on that. So we've got loads of shops and seating areas. Nice like sort of entrance for it. And you know what? I'm actually starting to warm up to these sorts of scenarios. Because the fact that you've got no money usually, you know, makes me a little sad because it's not much of a challenge. But the challenge now is to make it look pretty. So it's a different type of challenge. And you can put down enough staff and shops and all that sort of thing to keep the guests happy. It's a bit too blue, so we have to put more varieties of more color merch down. But yeah, and we haven't got, you know, as many staff as I sometimes put on. You know, I mean, 40 is overboard. It's overkill for a park this size. But we're not paying them. So yeah, we've got a couple of little bridges. just over to this. We've got a nice area in the middle to put stuff. I'm thinking we're going to branch down here with another path loop, and then at some point maybe branch down this way. I don't know yet. We are going to get rid of that. Let's have a look. Convex. Yeah, we are going to get rid of that at some point because it really doesn't fit in with the rest of the park, which so far is coming along really well. We need 1800. We've got 900, so we're halfway there. April year 3, and we've got this cool looking splash boats just down here. No, it's not called Klaus. It's called Water Castle. So I was looking for like if there's like a specific name for this sort of thing, and all Google was telling me is just water castle. A water castle is any sort of castle that uses water as like a form of defense. So yeah, it is what it is. And then just over here, then we've got pump house. So according to the law of this park, this is what sort of pumps the water around. And this area here, I think it looks really cool. We've got the path loop and we've got the extra bridge there as well. I'm so glad it allows terraforming on this map because sometimes they turn it off and it just makes the scenery look terrible. But yeah, let's have a look from different angles. We got the walls down, this castle theming. I'm loving it recently. We did one the other day. Can't remember what it was called. It was another Blaze scenario. No, it wasn't. It was one of Radrian scenarios, and that came out really well. And so far, this one is looking really good as well. So yeah, we've got a nice space here. I'm thinking we can add a coaster. Yeah, but let's crack on. March year 4, 1,553 guests in the park, and we've got a vertical drop coaster, couple of loops, and then we got this fiddly bit. It did cross over the splashboards originally, but then I rejigged it because I just didn't like it. You know, I want to be able to see the splashboards, and I just prefer the idea of it going around the outside closer to the land. Yeah, let's have a look at the stats on Siege Engine. Decent stats on that. And then we've got a very, very simple limb coaster with an inverted top hat called Dragon. Just down there, keeping in with the castle sort of medieval style theming. And then we've got a Dodgems just under there. I don't know how that fits in with the theming, but you know. And I really need to sort out all these blue balloons. Although we have got some more variety coming around, we just need more and more, and eventually you'll see less blue. But yeah, this park is looking good so far. I've been going around doing some more walls and things like that. Got little shelters there where the track crosses over the paths. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. So let's crack on. Let's build some more. July year 4, and we've got a wooden coaster, but it isn't finished. Did I show you the train? I don't think I did. So we've got a train that just comes up and around here. So that's just designed to get guests off the paths. And then we filled in some little bits here. I'm going to talk quite fast because if you look at the guest numbers, we've almost got the 800. So at some point, we're probably going to pass the goal. That's why I haven't finished the wooden coaster. So we've got the Dragon Egg 3D cinema just there. I don't know, that's going to show some sort of dragon related film there. And we've got a motion simulator, that probably some sort of dragon related thing there as well. Added these little supports on there, 5 more guests. And then I started work on the coaster, and we've sort of running out of time. We've got 4 more guests to go. So it comes out around the bend, drops down underneath, and then it goes up the chain hill, and I've got the brake sort of run at the back ready. So it's at some point when we pass and I go off and I carry on, it's going to come down here and have a turnaround and stuff. And I am mindful of the train tracks. I don't want to ruin the train ride completely for the guests. You know, they seem to be enjoying it a lot. So Yeah, we've got 5 trains on there at the moment. I did start off with 3, and that just didn't seem to be enough. But 5 seems to be spaced out quite nicely. 2 more guests, 1 more guest, 1800. And there you go. Stew! Awesome sauce. So we've completed the goal then. And the park is starting to look really cool. It would be a shame to leave it at this. So I think what I'm going to do, especially since I've already got a video lined up for this week, and then I was planning on doing this one, releasing this one next weekend. So that's a week and a half away. I can tinker about with this in the evenings after work and stuff. Sort of a nice way to unwind. Finish off this coaster, and then see what happens. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get hooked and want to start building more and more, and maybe we'll revisit this. But there's such a huge map, so I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I think maybe I'll just finish off the coaster, tidy up these areas slightly, and maybe some trees and stuff like that, and then we can close out the video. But yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'll see you soon. Junior 5, and I finished the wooden coaster. So I've rejigged the train slightly in certain bits. So let's have a look then. Comes up, it drops down, goes back up, down, etc., etc. Around here, we got a little turny roundy bit. And then so what I've done is I've rejigged the train so it goes up a little bit, therefore it slows down. Because what I want to do is I want to maximize the opportunity for interactions between the train and the coaster. And then just over here, then we've enlarged the lake a little. We've got a little splash area, and then I've done another ramp going up. Once again, slow the train down a bit, and hopefully force an interaction. No, it's not going to happen this time. Because I want to imagine that the guests on the train are looking at it thinking, oh, we're going to get wet, we're going to get wet. Then it speeds up a bit, and they don't. Maybe it'll happen this time. Not quite, but close. They'd have got a good view of it anyway. Cool. Yeah, so I think I did say earlier that we don't really need more than 2 trains on most, but I figure with the amount of guests in the park now, we'll run it with 3, and due to the size of the coaster. So it's not perfect, but I think it's all right. And like I said, I haven't decided if I was going to continue building on the park. If I was, I'd probably replace the train with something when something better unlocks. But for now, I think it's fine. I mean, we've passed the scenario. I was just finishing that off to basically just because I'd already started building it and to give us something cool for the outro. Speaking of which, it's that time again. So this was Triple Pine Park, another scenario from Blazing Empire HD. We completed it. I'm Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.